What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and this one we have 1 year in Australia, a new migrant's honest review. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, give a bit of thumbs up. Let's get right to it. If you see me dancing and there's no music, just know that I had to mute. I had to take the music off due to copyright. But that's just if you see me dancing, no music.
This time last year, we moved to Australia with the dream of reimagining our lives and reestablishing in this new country. As we expected, Australia is very beautiful, and for someone who is coming from a non-first world country, every little thing is an upgrade.
Happy first year in Australia.
Minimal traffic
Oh,
and plenty of transport options, subsidized education and healthcare, efficient government services, work-life balance culture, and many more. I explained all these things in detail in my 6-month review, so please check that video out as most of what I shared still hold. Most
I feel
and not.
like what I really like is that like he talking about all these things are absolutely amazing. Like, and I feel like there are a lot of things that we take for granted that like grow up in these countries and live in these countries our whole life, and we take that for granted. And him coming from a country that's not a first world country came over and he sees the upgrades with everything, how everything works so great, and it's like he sees like this is amazing. But a lot of us will complain about the same things that he's praising.
All. Now we reach our first year anniversary in Australia. There are definitely new realizations about the way of life in this country. There are pleasant surprises and surprises that we are not prepared for at all. Is Australia still that great after 1 year?
Absolutely beautiful family. I just want to say that. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
Perks of living in Australia. We live in Sydney, and I must say this place is amazing. Sydney is more than just the city itself. The suburbs are filled with different things to do. There are beaches in the
Hey,
eastern
look at
suburbs, there's the
that.
Blue Mountain region in the west,
Ooh,
and there's a lot of multicultural suburbs bursting with
hey.
personality in between west and east.
Oh, that's so
The Sydney
awesome.
city is still top notch with iconic landmarks such as Sydney Opera House, Harbour Bridge, Queen Victoria Building, and plenty more. This winter, the city comes alive in a different light, literally. It's amazing to live in Sydney as we're practically
Oh,
going on a vacation every weekend, driving around, exploring new places, which we enjoyed a lot in our first year in Australia. Hashtag Feel New Sydney.
I love it. That's so freaking awesome, bro. They live in Sydney, one of the more expensive cities in Australia, but an absolutely beautiful city. I feel like where there's so much to do and you get to see so much of these historic sites. Like that's so awesome. Dang. Aw.
Look, the big one. A
Ooh.
DIY way of living. This is something we already know prior moving, but still surprises us until now. When you buy furnitures, you can only rely on yourself to assemble and or disassemble them all. We experienced moving houses twice in the span of 1 year, and those were physically demanding. We have to also rely on ourselves to do everything around the house. Weekly house chores, handyman tasks, car wash, mowing, and trimming the backyard trees. It's also a personal choice to not spend on outsourcing these tasks because services in Australia is crazy expensive. So yeah, DIY. It is cheaper in the long run too to just buy tools to help us do all this stuff. I still
Mm.
find fulfillment doing this actually. I get to be more active and save money at the same time. Win-win. I'll probably hire services later on if I need more time for myself to do other important things. Right now, the time I have is still enough. Thanks also to efficiencies that Australia provides. is
it
wealth.
so it seemed like everything definitely has worked for him. Like he everything is efficient, everything is good. And the hotel or apartment he seems to be staying in looks absolutely great as well.
When you can save more. While it is true that the time added back to our daily lives is the most resounding difference of living in Australia, how much we can
Right.
save for it is another thing. In Australia, having more time is dependent on how you can position yourself to have the easiest access to kids' school, town center and grocery store, your workplace, public transport, and roads. For us, we invested in buying a car and we chose to live in a suburb that is very close to the train network to save more time. Unfortunately, having a car is still essential in Australia, especially if you
Mm,
have a family, to
okay.
have the flexibility of dropping passengers to public transport stops or train station and for school drop off and pickup. We also chose to live further in the western Sydney where there is lesser traffic compared to being closer to the city. Rush hour is real and everywhere also, and it's applicable in the morning, during school pickup, and evenings. I experienced rush hour too since I am not working from home anymore, but I strategically chose a new job that is still close to our place. Factoring all of these things equates to valuable time savings for our family.
I
Four
love
seasons
it.
of changes. For the first time, we've
I love it so much, bro. And his daughter seems to be very comfortable on camera. You see her making faces. She's absolutely adorable. But yeah, for him being in Australia, I feel like public transport is great from videos that I've seen in the past. I didn't know you necessarily needed a car, but I guess having a car with the family does save a lot of times in terms of just being able to get around on your own schedule, being able to drop people off at the public transport, pick them up. Hey, I'm here. Drop your daughter off at school, pick her up. Hey, I'm here. And so I can understand why a car would feel essential with the family, and it just saves you more time. And as he said, time is wealth, bro. Like time is everything. And I feel like it's hard to have that and money. But once you get time, like I've had more time recently to spend with my family. It's been pretty awesome. We've been going on vacations and stuff. This isn't about me. This is review on Australia. Sorry about that.
experienced all four seasons of Australia. Seasonal events are always exciting, like this vivid festival that happens only during winter. Each season brings a unique characteristic to Australia. Spring has the best weather, perfect for going out without breaking a sweat, literally.
Hmm.
Much
I
awaited
heard that one.
jacaranda trees bloom, and daylight savings time translates to longer days. Summer has the longest days with sun setting between 8 to 9 p.m. There's a lot more activities to do outside like going to the park after work hours. However, weather is dry hot, which is tough on the skin. It's like the sun is baking you in an oven even when you're at home. Autumn is very moody with gloomy skies and unpredictable rain showers. There's a good stretch of holidays in April which coincides with school holidays, perfect for planning extended vacation days. Daily savings time is back to off. Shorter time difference versus the Philippines makes it easier to catch up with loved ones overseas. Winter is my least favorite because of the unbearable cold and shorter days. The sun sets at 4:30 to 5 p.m. Electricity and gas bills are more expensive because of heating needs inside the house. What's interesting about Sydney's winter is the snowy activities in the mountains and
Ooh.
this yearly vivid Sydney, where
Oh.
many people go to the city at night to light up and warm Sydney's night scene. Expensive cost of living, but with savings. House prices, rent, eating out, and all private services are costly. Income taxes are higher too compared to other countries.
Mm.
However, we have and can benefit from Australia too, translating to savings and previes, such as tax expense claims related to work, a lot of free sightseeing activities like museums and parks, free parking in the malls, a cap on opal fares when riding public transport, government incentives like childcare subsidy and first home buyer assistance, and even the weekly offering of half prices in Woolworths and Coles is well appreciated. There are smart ways to technically save money from this expensive country we call home now.
I do know Australia, and he live like I said, he live in Sydney. So of course, you living in Sydney, your perspective is gonna be it's expensive. But I do know Australia. I mean, it's pretty costly from what I've seen, especially with like the shortage of like houses and rental properties. So they jack up the prices a little bit. Um, but he's like, there's a lot of other places where you can save, like where Australia's really good at that people can save the money.
A home that is very far from home. We're working towards making Australia our home away from home. I honestly don't know yet if we will live here until we're old, but the benefits of Australia is certainly a distraction to what we are missing back in the Philippines. Missing family birthdays, important occasions, and just being there in person really is sad. And we would always wish that we can travel as frequently as we can to make up for missed time, but that is not economical. This is our reality now, and we'll just have to plan to close this gap and be able to travel between these two countries and enjoy the benefits of both worlds. So here we are in the finale of Vivid once again. Last year, we went here on our first week of moving here in Australia. We've only seen one area, but this year, we made sure to see everything of the festival. Seeing Vivid is an analogy of learning more about Australia. From last year to this year, we've seen a fuller picture of this country. There's the good and not so good aspect of living here. But for the most part, it's been a very positive experience for our family. Yes, Australia is still great for us and it's worth it after 1 year of living in this country. We've settled in quite comfortably already and we are very happy.
I
Entering year
support.
2, for sure, there'll be more understanding of Australia,
Dang,
and I'll continue to frankly share those new stories with you, so please subscribe to our channel to stay updated. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and watch another video.
y'all
Until the
make,
next story, see ya later.
y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. Stanley, absolutely adorable. It seems like coming to Australia, he absolutely loves it. Him and his family. It seems like a little bit costly, but places where you can save money. So much to do, so many historic sites to see. The culture, just everything about the country. It sounds like he's found where he belongs. Him and his family belong. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, check out the next. See y'all next